My name is Assumpta Muwera. I'm a CPA, and I'm one of the consultants that supported some of us here on the program. Initially, I supported a number of companies in terms of the training that each one of us here attended. Then we went ahead to make follow-ups on those who were still sustaining the financial management systems that we had put in place. And later on, actually, we linked a number of you to investors. And indeed, some of you have benefited from these investors. Who of us here has benefited already? It could be one of the investors we linked you to. It could be an investor that you got on your own, but because of the systems you have in place, you managed to get this investor or a shareholder or anyone interested in your business. Can I see if any one of you has benefited from this program in terms of investment? Okay, Harriet, that is beautiful. Funding. Harriet, how did you benefit? Funding. That is beautiful. Indeed, personally, as a consultant, I think this is the best thing that has ever happened in my professional journey, because in supporting I supported over 40 companies, and indeed, I appreciated the innovations that are in Uganda. You cannot imagine that you here as a business owner, that there are quite a number of people doing all sorts of businesses, and many of which are very profitable. And many of us here, what we are doing are innovations, something you have not imagined. And it's only when you come together in a network like this that you can know that you are doing something very wonderful out there. One thing I've noted that the innovations we are doing, if we network, I can testify here. Harriet was one of the companies I supported. For all the companies I supported, almost 90%, I've linked them to customers. And I think she can testify. Priscilla makes cakes. And indeed, she makes very delicious cakes. And when I supported some of these companies, I noted that there are many companies operating from their own premises. They might not be branded, but they are making very, very good products. And she's one of them. Actually, I tested her cakes, and every time I think of buying those nice cookies, I really go to her. So it's not only that you benefited from the financial systems, but some of us have benefited from even the businesses we have linked to. There is one of my clients I supported who is a surveyor. I don't know how many companies have referred to this surveyor for surveying and valuation. So indeed, you are so lucky, like you were already told, that this was a lottery where you qualified for this program. So if you've not looked at yourself as a lucky person, then maybe you are in the wrong place. Because not only did you benefit from the financial systems, I know most of us have been asking, hey, I thought there was physical funding. But in most cases where there is physical funding, the benefit is short-lived. But when you get the skill, this is a skill that if you really participated from day 1 to module 8, for most of us, the systems you got in place, the software, if you use it consistently, I can testify that you can now see how far your business is growing, especially in terms of financial performance. If you don't, I'm a business person personally, but if you don't know how much profits you get from your business, I can assure you, most of the companies I supported, I would say they are companies, but they are like sole proprietors. Some of them are family businesses. It's like you have that fear. Some of us had that fear. These are URA people. They are going to expose us. But at the end of that day, it wasn't about exposing you, but it was about, if I have this tax man who has been taking away my money, you know, let me file for you somehow and you give me this amount of money. But now you are able to know exactly how much you are supposed to pay. Then if you go ahead with that channel of payment, you can still say, let me pay the right amount. Then some of us here thought they are going to steal away our ideas. And indeed, for us, we are not, how many ideas can you steal? We visited so many companies. Yes, even if I'm to take away the idea, because for some of us who are manufacturers, they feared even to build the assemblies. If some of you remember how we are building the products, that they are going to know my recipe. But at the end of the day, if I knew your recipe, at the end of that day, there are many customers in Uganda. And actually, if you fear competition, you cannot grow. That's why you see that all the ideas, all the business ideas we have in Uganda have been done elsewhere, be it in Uganda, be it abroad. So if you had that fear, I can assure you next time such a training comes up, don't have that fear. You just grow, do what you're supposed to do, and then compete. Compete. The business world is about competition, and you can only grow when you compete. So those fears that we have, I think now most of you know we were not tax people. Were we tax people? We were not. Then others actually feared. I know one of my clients was like, most of you remember we had to do a bank reconciliation. And in accounting, if you don't reconcile, you can never know that your books are accurate. Because first and foremost, you will not know if all transactions were entered into your books. So what happened? This client of mine, I think I had one or two, feared to give us the bank statement. And at the end of the day, when she gave it to me, she said, don't give it to my accountant. So now after that training, how would this accountant actually, the accountant said, for me, what I'm doing here, she only wants to see sales. So she was told post sales, but not expenses. I manage my expenses. Can anyone of us assure us that without expenses you can proceed? So she didn't want to see the salary she's paying. She didn't want to see how much money is on the bank statement that is coming in, but she wants to see the sales and the money is coming from sales. And if I'm bright enough, if I'm the accountant, I can still see how much is coming in per month. So if you don't trust your accountant, better off you get one you trust, but at least make sure your books are correct. Then another one, some of us, a few of us actually said, we shall not back up. We shall, backing up, we told them they backed up at that time when we were training. But on following up, there was no backup. And somehow I had like 2 or 3 clients whose database crashed. So on going to follow up, they keep calling, Madam, can you come? I don't even remember my license number. So it means at that time they were like deceiving us that they were part of the program. But now they have not backed up and they need their data. Then another case study which was very interesting, it's a very big company. The owner was like, oh, my stock, she confused herself with stock, that she's in the industry of making uniforms. So her stores are so full and disorganized, but the purpose is to confuse URA. That when they come, you cannot, there is no starting point. So what happened, she said, you put the database there, train and do that, but let it be for management purposes. We shall continue doing our thing like the way we've been doing it. Using another system, we continued. So at the end of that day, after that training had ended, now we are doing the follow-ups, and we are not, actually, he was not one of the companies we are following up, because they were like, they have a system they use on daily. This one can be there for management purposes. So what happens? The owner is an old man. These are, most of these, like I said, are family businesses. Now the son is taking over the business. So the son says, for me, I want QuickBooks. So they come, they call. Hey, I will remember you were here to train us. Now we are fully prepared for QuickBooks. The program has ended. But that time, they put there someone for training who was not even in accounts. She was in procurement. That you train, the one in accounts can continue using the other database. So they had to pay me for that training. So I trained them. They had to buy the license. We installed. And now they are working. But remember, they missed the opportunity. So these are learning areas whereby when an opportunity comes up, use the opportunity and carry on. Because I know most of us have even been linked to accelerator programs. I have, like, 4 of my clients have gotten money from NSSF Accelerator Program, from Stanbic. All these are programs that when you come here, not just to listen, but network with others who have benefited. Benefited. Some of you are in networks that whereby when someone wants really to invest in your business, she wants to see the financials. And let's make sure that we don't give fake financials. Because what I noticed is that most of us have a fake set, which you put aside, that when there is an application to the bank, you give that fake one. You give that fake one. To everyone, you give that fake one. We have assets in the business that are not even there. You find a company with assets of 400 million, but when you ask, can I see anyone, they only have a laptop. So you are deceiving yourself that the business is big, whereas it's not. But you can grow it when you really see the true position of that business. So what I can say in conclusion is financial performance is the key to success. Without you monitoring your cash flow, you can never make it. And when you think that these employees, when I show them what is happening, they will know me better and they will demand for high salaries. These are the same people who know that you are confused because they are giving you fake numbers. And the moment they know you are confused, they are going to steal more money. There's a company right now I'm supporting. So what happens is that because they know the owner doesn't want to see the correct figures because of UR and all that. So what they do, before they even declare what they are declaring, they first take off their portion. And when she gives them an envelope, go to URA and, defend me on VAT on whatever that I'm supposed to pay, an envelope, if the URA person is asking for 2 million, they will ask the owner 5 million. And then, of course, when they go, they come and say there is no receipt. Definitely there is no receipt. So it's like you think you are protecting your business, but at the end of the day, you are losing more money. So business people, let's know that financial performance is the key to business success. Thank you.